Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will be showing you how you can speed up or speed down a video in React Native's new architecture for Android using Media3 transformer. Now there is no third-party library at the time of me recording this video, so I will be writing native code for this. So for that you need to follow this particular documentation over here. Now before I tell you anything, there is one thing which you need to be careful about. First I'll show you guys the output and then I'll talk about it. So I'll just mirror my device with the help of Android Studio. So here you can see we have a pick video button. I'll just click on pick video. It will open the video picker for me. I'll select this 15 seconds long video which is at the very bottom, and if you see, if I just scroll down over here, you can just a second. So here you can see this is the speed, the 2 which I'm passing is the speed. So I want to speed up the video twice. So if I'm selecting 15-second long video, the transform video will be almost 7 to 8 second long. So I'll just select this particular video, and this particular thing, this is actual progress. I'll talk more about it later on. Okay, now our app crashes as soon as this particular thing is done. I'll talk about the crash later on, but if you open the app again, if I click on pick video, the first video which you see is the 7-second long video which we have just transformed. So the video is available even via external storage, so you can just go to your videos app and play the video. Now why does the app crashes? To speed up or speed down this particular, you can speed down as well. So any value less than 1, if you pass it over here, it will slow down the video. Now why does the app crashes? Because I'm using React Native Video to play the video. Now React Native Video uses a different version of Media3 as compared to the version of Media3 which we are using for speeding up or speeding down the video. Now unfortunately, the minimum version which we have to use for speeding up or speeding down the video is Media3 1.9.0, and I don't think React Native Video has upgraded to that particular version. That is why I'm getting this particular issue. So if I just show you the issue, this is the error which I'm getting over here. So if you want, you can learn more about it. Unfortunately, this is the bug. I had also previously made a video on how to speed up or slow down a video, but in that particular video what I was doing is I was speeding up the audio separately and speeding up the video separately. So if it is a very large video, the video might go out, audio might go out of sync, but this particular approach makes sure that the video or audio does not go out of sync. Okay, so let's get started. So first we'll follow. I have just created a React Native project by running this particular command. You don't need to pass the version. Whatever is the latest version, it will pick that up, but at the time of me recording it is 0.83. Next, in this particular example they have given us the example of local storage, but local storage name does not make sense in our case, so I have named it differently. I have named it as transform video. So wherever you see local storage in this particular documentation, I have replaced it with transform video. This is very important thing, otherwise you will face issues. So first here it says that create the specs folder, inside that create this TypeScript file. So I have done that. So just go to the root of your React Native project, create a specs folder. Inside that I have created native transform video.ts. Now I have just copy pasted this particular code which you see over here and pasted it over here. So again I have added 2 methods, transform video and this on progress submitted, it is an event emitter. So this is a new thing which I have added because I want to continuously send the progress data from native Android side to React Native side. That's why we are using this event emitter. Okay, and the transform video takes the video path as well as the speed. Okay, and this particular name also I have changed. All right, next you also need to install a few dependencies. So I have installed React Native image picker for picking video and React Native video for playing the actual video. Okay, then if you see the docs, you need to scroll down and just you need to copy paste this particular bit of code inside your package.json. So I have done that. If I scroll up here, you can see, but again you have to replace it over here, transform video as well as transform video over here. Then you just have to open terminal and run this particular command. So this one as well as this one, I have already ran this command, so I'm not running it again, so you will have to run it. Next, let's see how to use it inside your app.tsx. So firstly, these are all the imports which you need to add over here. Then here I have state for video URL and another state for text. Then inside use effect, we are constantly listening for the on progress submitted. So the values which you saw, right, the progress values, so here we are updating the text for it. Okay, and here we are removing the subscription. So here we have a button. On click of it, we just launch image picker, image library, sorry, and we are just picking videos over here. And once we have the video path, we just call the transform video method by passing the video path, and here you can pass whatever speed up or speed down number you want to add it over here. Okay, then here once the video has finished transforming, here you get the URL over here, and here we just update the URL. And once I have the URL, we just play it using our React Native video, but unfortunately it is crashing for me. And this particular text is for displaying the progress. So instead of displaying the progress manually, you can actually take a linear progress bar and display the actual progress. But in the progress, I shown you two values, right? I'll talk more about it later on, why we are getting two values inside the progress, so why we are not just getting 0 to 100. Okay, then if you check over here, scroll down, and here inside Android, first we need to create this package, and then we need to create this particular file, right? So just go to Android, go to app. First inside build.gradle, we need to add this dependency of Media3 effect as well as Media3 transformer to get rid of that error which I shown you, right, the crash which we encountered. I tried adding the exoplayer UI and common dependency as well, but unfortunately that is not working for me. If you want you to tackle this particular issue, if you can't wait for React Native video to get updated to at least Media3 1.9.0, what you can do is you will have to create your own exoplayer UI and embed it inside your React Native application. I have already made separate videos on those as well, so if you're interested, you can watch that. Then go to src java com, and here you first need to create this particular folder. Then inside this folder, just create native transform video module.kt. Now here first add your package name. Now these are all the imports which you need to add, so feel free to pause the video and copy this imports. Now here we have to annotate with @unstable API. Even though the libraries which we are using are not unstable, this is one of the quirks of Android development, that the speed API which we are using is still a bit unstable. Like, it is production ready according to me, but unfortunately it is what it is. And here we extend transformer.listener as well. So here we need to override two methods, on completed as well as on error, which I will talk about later on. Here we need to pass the name of our file or the name of our module. Okay, then here we file name and file path for saving the file, handler and progress holder for actually sending the progress, this promise for sending the URL of the transform video. Then here we override this particular method as well as this get name method. Then inside transform video method, we launch an IO dispatcher. We initialize our transformer, we initialize the speed provider as well. This is from the Media3 1.9.0. you cannot downgrade to below 1.9.0 because the speed provider was introduced in 1.9.0. Then we initialize our media item. Here we initialize our edited media item and pass the speed provider. If you want to pass some kind of an effect as well, you can pass it. Then we create an external file, we start the transformation, then we track the progress state over here. Then this is the code for saving the file to for saving the file externally. Okay, again I have copy pasted this code from Stack Overflow, and this is the code for saving the file to external storage. So I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Okay, then here we have on completed. So here, once the video has finished processing, we save the file to external storage and send the URI back to React Native side. In case of error, I'm just displaying a toast message, but you can make use of promise, like global promise.reject. You can do that and you will get the error on React Native side as well, but you will have to wrap it inside try catch on React Native side. So I'll leave that up to you. Now coming back to this progress thing which I was talking about, right? So if you see over here, so here you can see we are using this emit on progress submitted. So this helps us to continuously send the progress values from native Android side to React Native side. Now there are two things, progress state as well as the progress holder dot progress. Now the progress holder dot progress will go from 0 to 100, but it's not guaranteed that this will always reach 100. Even the video has finish processing. Sometimes what I have noticed for smaller videos, this does not reach till 100. So how would you know that the video has finished processing? So firstly, you can make use of this on completed or on error callbacks. Okay, but an easier way according to me is this progress state as well. So which I just shown you, this progress state. So the progress state will always be 0 once the video has finished processing. Once your video starts processing, then the value will be 1 or 2. So this is how you can also know that the video has finished processing. Okay, then if you see, then we need to create this file. So for this file we can just copy paste the code from the documentation. So if you see over here, I have created this file, native transform video package.kt. So let me show you the full file name. Here you can see, and here I have just copy pasted the code from the documentation, but here only thing is, instead of local storage, I have used transform video everywhere. That's the only thing, and I have added this particular annotation as well. Rest everything I have copy pasted it. Okay, and then if you scroll down here, you need to add this import and this particular line of code as well. So just come over here, go to rnapp main application.kt, add this particular import and add this particular line of code as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.